How's it going, guys? My name is Nick and I'm doing another video in Endless Frontier. This one is almost immediately after the Trials one, but gotta do what you gotta do. Anyways, this one I'm going to explain about what metas to use, or what the meta is really. All's what meta means is the, best suited team or the best, thing you can do. It's the, technically the best team. Only reason why Undead is on the top right now is because of that guy, the Lich. He can hit the crystal off screen, and doubled up with all these succubuses at 1600. They give a. It's the same thing as like if a Forest Guardian increased the attack power, and especially when you get them to 1600 and you get the medals at 1600, it goes up a lot, like another 50 or 70,000. I don't know the exact number, but it's ridiculous. But don't fret. If you don't have an undead meta, you don't need to worry. The undeads are good, but they're expensive because, it's just most people are geared out for elf and human like I am. I got Hot Blood for, not Trials, Dur for Guild Wars because he's good, because he's human. I got the Griffin Rider as my main go-to guy for the longest time, but right now, since I get an Alchemists, I'm deciding to go full on elf for everything except for my support, or not really support, but the priests. You need those. You can't not have them, so they're still super viable. The main thing about the reason why I'm swapping over to mostly elf stuff is just the bonuses you get. Like if, Druid at 1600, her then increases on its tribe's attack power. If I oh yeah, by the way, forgot to mention, you need 10 of these seniored in order to get their max, 10 levels up. But you don't need to worry. If you don't get them, you don't need to fret. It's not really the end of the world. One of the other things that's coming out in a couple updates is a pet system, and some of the pictures from the Korean version. I'll use the golem because that's the only one I really remember. At level 1900, oh yeah, by the way, the pets increase it by 300. I believe they do. There's no transixing, so I think it's the pets. 5,000,000% more HP. So the stats get pretty ridiculous at that level. So if you don't have the undead units, don't worry. Just hunker down with what you got and make the best out of it. So far, I've gotten up to 1.7C. I got up a good chunk from that last little event we had where it was an extra 30% metals, which is quite nice. Let's see. Oh yeah, pick yourselves up a wyvern because he's also good for the trials. I forgot to mention in the last video, but he goes invisible, can snipe the crystal. In the last trials he helped out. I didn't have him, but a couple of the guildies said, yeah, use him, he's really good. So I'm probably going to pick up 2. You need, as I said, 10. Any combination. Most people are getting like 7 liches and 1 of the each of the other, or no, only a couple people are, now that I think about it. I'm going to pick up 2 alchemists, 2 wyverns. I'm a senior one of them, just so I can have a 5-star and a 6-star one to help out with trials more. And then the pilot is also pretty good. I don't know a whole bunch about what he does, but I know he throws down a turret that makes his range ridiculous. So yeah. But for near, just the buff you get off these guys. Like the Forest Guardians are good, but Alchemist is a little bit better. Not only does the, movement speed again. That's the only thing that doesn't really cap out is movement speed. So if you can get some ridiculous movement speed, it's better than, some other stuff. But anyways, attack speed, range units, critical damage. No, that's not it. But if you go down to the Alchemist, where to go? Movement speed, attack power, tribe's movement speed, critical strike damage, critical strike rate, and it's all towards your one, it's basically a souped up drummer. Where was the range at? I swear this one increased it. Oh yeah, it's right here in the details. Increases the attack range somewhere by 2%. Well, I guess that's for everybody, but still, if you have 2 to 4 of them, that's good bit of distance. It may not seem like a lot, but it adds up. Makes you have to progress that much less across the screen in order to kill the crystal. But if you have mostly humans, don't worry. Get a couple pilots, use them, wait for the next meta, or you can just wait. But you don't need to worry about switching over to straight undead or making the big swap. I was running Griffin Rider for the longest time, and I was thinking, you know what, it's going to be more consistent because to the later stages, you can get the unit and boss split where like what Griffin Rider did is he went across, he killed all the air units, and the boss was magical or was physical, and the units were magical, so he can kill them. But when he was all the way over to the right side, Druid couldn't kill them on the left. Goku is down at the bottom with her, or in the back with her, so it's just more consistent progression, I guess you can say. Um, Other than that, there's not much. Don't worry about switching over to a whole new core, really. Just keep at what you got. If it works, it works. Just switching over from elf to human won't make me get past what I get to do today. 3,776. It may get me another 3 stages further, but it's not worth a full-on switch. But I'm already heavily invested in both human and elf, so if the next meta comes out with a super good human mage, I'm probably going to switch over. Maybe. Because I have invested a good bit into elf. Let the guardians... But the guardians are also universal as well. They may do a bunch of movement speed for the tribe, but they also increase the ground speed of everybody and the offline march speed. They're just good units. I like having them. But other than that, building, guild, shop. There we go. Units. Get the Dark Archers. Many as you can. If you have enough, don't worry about... Oh, damn ads. If you don't have enough, save up. At least get one. Very useful. Cuts your runs down a lot. Don't worry about picking up a Druid. Get those for medals. You can get all of them for medals, though, but definitely pick up the Dark Archers. And artifacts refresh a lot more often, but as it looks, the Secret Book and the Assassin's Boots do not switch. Those two are there permanently, just because the other ones are inside, the regular shop. But, other than that, that's really about it. As I said, don't worry about switching your core over. If you can't, just do what you gotta do. Well, thanks for watching.